Yeah, the future is tanky cores that just punch people. But we do have two int heroes that get taken in the slew of strength heroes surrounding them. The Shadow Shaman, this time for Flying Penguins.
Yep. Well, Flying Penguins can only ban one hero here. So if you want to think about the Huskar, you either, because like Death Prophet, I don't know why I can go back to Death Prophet. She's just stuck in my brain. But Death Prophet or Huskar both combo pretty well with Oracle and can kind of achieve the same function in terms of like pushing your game tempo. Of course, Huskar is a lot faster at it, but DP maybe doesn't fall off as hard or isn't as precise on the execution. But they'll take the Ursa for now. So it's okay. It's pretty good in terms of like the Sven and the Darkseer. Maybe they can get a kill with it, but they've only technically shown one melee core, which is a little unusual to see an Ursa pick before they've locked into a couple more.
This hero does feel kind of good, though.
Yes,
the movement speed buff that he got. I think that he also got a couple... Didn't he get, like, changes to Fury Swipes a couple of different times now?
Yeah, he's had some nerfs and some buffs. One of the worst things about the hero now is that he doesn't have that 20-second timer at level 1. That was what was kind of crazy about Ursa and what made him so good in the laning stage, but they nerfed that a lot, so now it's not up to 20 seconds until the max level instead of just flat out at level 1. But... other than that, the hero, he's faster. Feels good.
I'm really concerned about him this game, though. And just in general, the team draft, I don't think I like it very much. You've got two team fight-oriented heroes and then two heroes that provide absolutely no team fight at all in the Oracle and the Ursa.
Well, we threw it out there. We said they can either ban the Coddle or the Luna, because I haven't seen Heavy play anything else. Look who it is.
Yeah,
but that's not bad, right? Again, they've committed for an Ursa, so you go for something that can maybe build a Hurricane Pike, give yourself a little bit of space.
I don't know. I think that this, particularly the Darkseer, I think is going to cause a lot of issues for team. When you, particularly if this game goes out to like level 20 Darkseer and he just AoE surges everybody, how are you going to stay on a target for Ursa? You need like an Abyssal Blade to sort of do it. You know that there's going to be Force Staffs coming out for Flying Penguins. At least for the Luna getting into a Hurricane Pike. Shaman probably is going to build one. Darkseer might even, to be honest. Like, it feels like so much of that damage is predicated on Ursa, and they need to just sort of snowball from the lanes and win on the earlier side.
So now let's see, who do they pick? They can lane versus an Ursa, because you can't offer up that matchup. That is the only downside here without having the 10th pick. Got to make sure that you can't get beat by Ursa in lane, whatever this hero is. And what else are they missing, though? Their general tower pressure is okay. Their team fight's a little weak. They don't have anyone besides the Sven stun that capitalizes on the vacuum. The Puck, I guess, feels kind of okay. But then DK or something will come out from team, so Puck is someone who can get counter-picked a little bit.
Isn't Monkey King versus Ursa a decent matchup? Am I crazy?
It's probably pretty good at the earlier levels because of the Ursa nerfs and everything, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure kills could go either way, but we'll take the Monkey. So there you go. Roya's on it. He's into it. I see that as being good, but I'm no expert on the new bear versus new Monkey Man with his phase shift. Of course, not very helpful versus Ursa.
I'm sure that there's like something where you, like certain timings are stronger, like you said, early, and then it changes really bad to later. But the movement speed, I think that's one of those things too, where it changes what the matchup is. So team. Well, let's pick. I almost feel like regardless of what this pick is, I'm liking the Flying Penguins draft a lot more. I think this Luna's going to carry him. Maybe I'm crazy though. Where do they go? Huskar's banned?
Puck seems just kind of okay here, honestly.
But hey, look at it! Okay. You love it. It's happening.
I do like it. I don't know. She's stuck in my brain. I can't figure out why, but now she's someone who does well versus melee heroes. She combos really nicely with Oracle because she basically can't die as long as she gets off her ulti and gets hit by the Oracle. The reason why I kind of went away from it, though, on that last pick is that I'm just looking at the cooldown of this Brewmaster and then the cooldown of the Death Prophet as even like Supernova, and I'm just like, ooh, that's a lot of cooldowns. And then I'm worried about their control as well, because right now they have no stuns except Brewmaster. That's why I wanted Puck maybe a little bit more. Death Prophet has a better matchup versus the Monkey King, sure, but I just know Gunner's a Puck player, and I've seen him picking into DK, so I figured why the hell not Monkey King. So who Whom does the stunning?
Nobody. They,
Like, they're gonna
Ursa
get
with the
rooted.
Abyssal Blade. Like that's Ursa with the Abyssal Blade feels like it's their condition to kill heroes. But maybe this is just the idea of, okay, we're gonna dominate the lanes and then walk down lanes one by one with Death Prophet, take down Roche with Ursa, and then we're just gonna end the game on the earlier side.
Yeah, they are very objective oriented on the side of Team.
There's nothing that really stops them. Like, there's no massive items for them. Like, sure, there's the little things along the way, like the blink for the Ursa, or just like the mask and stuff, or the Euls for the DP. But really, they can kind of fight with their spells. Flying Penguins, though, you're looking at like BKB timing for the Luna. The Darkseer probably going. What is he going this game? I guess Crimson Guard is really nice this game, comboing up with the Sven Warcry.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Game number 3, Team versus Flying Penguins. Winner's going to move on to face off against Complexity. A best of 3 grand finals for the North American slot to the Star Ladder Minor. And, of course, the grudge match, the rematch, whatever you want to call it. I compared it to Goldilocks and the Three Bears earlier. That was probably ill-advised. But you know what? It's all happening, and we're dealing with it.
I hope we get in the middle. That would be great.
There's at least one bear in this game, and he's wearing a fancy set.
No, the fanciest of sets. I don't even know where people keep getting these things from.
He's spooky. Then they've got just the little brew panda after him.
I
know-
just really like the suspenders. That's what really makes the set. You
There's
know?
suspenders? The hell?
Look at him. He's
Are
got
there
suspenders.
Oh, he
Underneath
does.
his little bandana. That's what makes it so adorable.
He's like
Yeah.
a little prospector. There's gold in that Roche pit. That was like a gyrocopter voice. That was terrifying.
Wow, his hat is called Broke Bear Mountain.
Is it really? Are you kidding me? Oh,
It is labeled with expensive pixels.
Jesus.
30
Unbelievable.
seconds to battle.
Well played. Well, that's something. I don't know what that is. Looks like we're gonna have something similar to what we had in that game number 1. Snake King and Lelis just going to try and cut through the creep wave. We haven't introduced the phase movement to creeps yet, so we'll have to wait on that one.
No, yeah, next patch.
Okay.
You know, I saw there was a controversy today, and you know, it just happens to fit so well here. I guess some league players were blocking the creep wave.
Begins.
Some of
Really?
the teams got really mad, yeah, because it's actually it's a rule violation, and apparently all players thought that no one could block creeps ever, but now Riot clarified that you can just not trap them into a tower. I learned that today.
Wow.
I tried watching League, and I just can't understand it. I guess because Dota, it's all about the spells is what makes you understand it. So if you don't actually understand how a hero operates at a certain distance, what the fuck's the point of watching? But
Yeah.
anyway, yep.
Just one more reason not to watch. That's fine.
Yeah, it's perfect.
No hate though. I mean, I think that I was thinking about this the other day. We need less hate amongst the video games between each other. We're all against
I
the
just don't ever
normies.
even think about it. So there's no hate if you just don't ever process its existence.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Gunnar hasn't gotten... He's only gotten one last hit so far. That's not what you want to see. Oh,
This is where this Oracle pick just comes into but does it do anything?
is he dead?
Aha!
Is
I
he
got
dead?
you.
Mike!
Ooh, I just saw in shell again. That was great. Thank
Mike?
you very much.
Mike! Oh! He's got a tango to his name. Yeah, I don't think they really care.
Mike's like, I've got issues, guys. But it's okay. His bear's getting free farm. Ursa, a hero that is very scary with free.
Yeah. I think I've, I mean, yes and no though, right? Like, I feel like I've seen a lot of these Ursas just not really do that much in the mid game. Granted, that tends to be like the old version of Ursa. Maybe the new version of Ursa, new and improved with all the movement speed, is all the new hotness. But I don't know. I feel like it's one of those win the lane, lose the game heroes.
It's all about the transition, right? It's just all about what do you do with that lane gold. If you give an Ursa complete free farm under a tower, he can be very scary as long as he gets that item and he transfers that into kills. However, if he just gets, suckling on the teat for too long and just loses, then that can happen. But you need to make a transition. Ursa's got to go fight. Someone else has to go farm the wave. And yeah, Mike did eventually die. So this counter pick of the Oracle versus the Darkseer has countered themselves.
What did I just watch? Were you following all? He just ran around in trees and tried to root himself to keep the Shadow Shaman from hitting him. This is bizarre. Like, Oracle is just, I mean, 42 base damage versus 79. It's almost double his
Sweet
damage.
base attack time though. Like,
That's
come
true.
on now. 1.22. This guy is just crazy.
He's gonna need it. And be punching some of them creeps. But this is kind of what they ran into trouble with, or didn't run into trouble with in game number 1, was that they didn't try and contest him. Oh my god. Flea, he's ready. He's surged. He's not gonna get caught by Sammy Boy. They're walking away from him. Sammy Boy, he's hungry. This bear man wants to find him underneath the tower. He has shackles with Mango if he wants to use it.
What's the?
He has
Oh,
shackles with
Savior
mangoes if he
boy!
wants to use his Snake Cane, making sure that he does not have to do this. They could actually think about turning and killing Sammy Boy. He needs to be careful. You pop the mango and the shackles could turn it. But
He's missing
gonna
this
stop.
whole wave. IX Mike gets it all into the tower, and of course he doesn't have enough damage to even last hit some of them. Mike secures a couple though.
Oh my god.
Rough,
Snaking.
rough stuff.
Oh, search. Okay, that works. I didn't think he
Lane
was-
redeemed.
I didn't think he was going to die to that. Well, just about 4-minute mark, and we can see that Flying Penguins, Darkseer 26 CS, 21 for the Monkey King, Death Prophet 16 and 2.
Yeah,
Little
pretty
rough.
much even. I mean, she missed those two, I think, under the tower, else it would have been a little more even.
Right.
It's not too bad. And once you get some more points in the Spirit Siphon, that's where the threat level Midnight comes in.
Oh, good Office reference.
We can do those all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I can't think of any
No,
right,
not
now.
right now.
Yeah,
You
I was.
work on it, you know? I didn't mean right now. I didn't mean to put you under the pressure here.
Put me
but,
on the spot, man. I'm just trying to pass some Dota.
Sorry. Yeah, I understand. Lelis will get the pull here, so Brax and Nusham forced to rotate over and see what they can do against the Sven. But what can they do? I mean, this guy is just, he's beefy. He's the
Oh.
man. She died mid. My apologies. Rotation from Flea. He did the trick play. He
Oh,
tricked him.
it's amazing.
And he juked him. He sent the one illusion through the wards and everything right down here. And they're like, oh, there goes Shadow Shaman. It's just illusions mid. Oh, I pinged the shrine. Wow, I did it.
Nice, nice.
Wow, I am Light of Heaven. I apologize.
That's pretty good. Well done.
Damn, I don't think I've ever done that.
I'm throwing you off your game, man. That's what happens. Oh, Flea's coming back. Gunner's gonna back out this time. So 5-minute mark. Team will get 2 of the bounty runes. It looks like Snaking will be able to pick up the 2 down bottom. Still, Sammy Boy having a final time. 31 and 32 and 1 now on this Ursa. And it looks like he wants to go for phase right into that Mask of Death.
No choice. Phase, mask. Go top. Kill tower with exorcism. Do the same thing mid. Try and find kills with the smoke. Get a kill with the smoke, go Rosh. It's like every Ursa DP style lineup. That's how the game goes.
Yeah.
But it's all about those, like, every exorcism, right? The first time you miss one, it just hurts your game so much. And now Gunner again being punished mid.
Oh my god.
Snapped. Yeah, only level 3 on Mike, so most Oracles going 1-0-2. You go 1-1-1, your kill power is just so weak, so he can't come in with the save with the Fate's Edict.
Yeah. Does hurt. How's Envy doing this game? He's actually somehow been bottom of the CS. I guess Brewmaster and Phoenix is still a pretty frustrating combo to play against, and Luna's early game can sometimes be annoying too. Like the animation
you
isn't
wanna-
great.
Yeah, you want to play aggressive too, and he doesn't really have an aggressive partner. Like these two are just too tanky. They've tried to kill Nusham a couple times, but he's just got the big dive. Now they're gonna go for a play. They
Okay.
immediately change targets.
Now realizing Phoenix is the easier one to go after, in spite of those sticks charges, can't do it. And this does buy a little bit of space for Death Prophet to get up his level 6 now. But they need to make a rotation if they want to find that kill. Brax, shackled,
Oh, they just spotted that smoke.
and he will get taken down.
There you go. There's 2 heroes who smoked in the Radiant Jungle. It was spotted by a Dire Ward, although I'm not sure if Ray noticed. Looks like he might not have, because the Fortune End's going to connect here.
Oh, rooted, trying to run. Doesn't have the lifesteal coming out there from the Jingo, and he just dies. So they find the kill with that rotation, and
That's Catapult Wave and Exorcism.
yep.
Like, that is so clutch. This is kind of stuff I'm talking about with a DP lineup. Like, Making that play is just so game-winning right now. Absolutely massive. Gunner dies there instead or something, and then you have to wait another 2.5 minutes or something before you even make that play. Everyone else has to sync up again. By then, people have aura items built. Maybe Lelis has a couple more points on the stun. Maybe you can actually rotate on the Sven. There could be an eclipse or something, but you're just getting it before they're actually ready to respond.
Yeah. And it feels like it's the type of thing too where it makes the game easier to play because you know what those timings are going to be, and you just always play around Gunner. Envy
Nice dive up top.
immediately going to TP away.
And you get the double slow going on.
Yeah. But he will be fine. Well, Snake King down bottom is going to be chased here. We'll just go for the TP out. No way to escape. He's already used the Fortune's End. Well, you're looking at levels-wise for these supports. Oracle's definitely the one that's hurting the most, but feels like this Luna also going back for the 2 points in the Blessing. I wonder if it's even worth it really to try and take points in Eclipse early on if you're not going to be maxing it. Like, does he just want to just sit back and farm?
Yeah, he's in the jungle for a bit.
No.
He's going to be pumping some iron back here. And it looks like Roya and Flea are smoked up here. Going out around the pit, checking out the zone.
Radiant are scanning.
Radiant scanning. Looks like they know that some sort of a smoke action is in play too with how far back Brax is playing. Like, look how far away they're hitting the wave from. They must have seen the smoke.
Oh, in the meantime, Lelis just has to back out top. Yeah, sort of strange though. Again, they'll back out of there and don't really connect on anything with the smoke. If you're Flying Penguin, do you feel the need to try and pressure when the ultis are down for team?
You want 6 on Flea, I think, before
Okay.
you go too crazy. But they're getting in a little aggressive right now.
Hey, he's level 5 before Tome. Is that a
Yeah,
good time?
I mean, Flea's 3-0 and 2. He is the one who's making everything happen for Flying Penguins right now.
Brax, maybe in a little bit of trouble. Have the Lucent Beam here as well.
He's got 10 stick charges. I'm gonna go for it.
He's walking away. Heads up
He
north.
picks up his Vlads.
Okay.
Not enough.
I mean, that was 4 heroes heading top and was able to buy out first.
Oh, and they instantly just TP away from the Ursa.
Okay.
Like, just out of there. They had the ward. They spotted him coming in. They were just like, yep, no thanks. Go ahead. We want your bottom tower. And Brax's going to come down here. So they know that they can't fight, especially if they come with the Exorcism, right? So they're trying to force the Exorcism play down into the bottom lane and stop them from just taking a free top tower.
They also are going to try and steal away these bounty runes. Brax moves in, takes down Stanking. Easy kill there. And
Brax is so close. He's 11 XP away from level 6.
looks like they'll be able to find Nusham though. And does he live through this one? Purge tries to get to the low ground. Doesn't happen. It looks like that Purifying Flames might have actually hurt him in the end. And
he's so close.
Fate's Edict. Okay.
Yeah, no forces in either. Still on CD. All right, so now Brax is level 6, so they're ready for the fight. But yeah, there it is. That's exactly what they wanted. They forced the rotation down. Exorcism happens. They get nothing from it, and now that's 2 minutes where they probably can't take that top tower unless Sandy Boy can really abuse this catapult. But Gunner's already on the way up here to, or sorry, Roya's already on the way up here to stop this.
Interesting. You drop in the wall right now to get the slowdown onto Sammy Boy, and they've got him caught with the shackles, waiting for that enrage to wear off, and eventually they should be able to find this kill. Ion Shell onto the bear, and one more punch. Able to take
They
him
just
down.
got EE'd so hard. This is like the most EE series event ever. You ever watch him stream? He's just like yelling at his mic right now. Go bottom, go bottom, go bottom. Ursa top, go bottom. And they like you could tell because they all just Power Rangered 3-man TP bottom away from the Ursa because Envy's yelling at them. And it perfectly works out. Like he saw this a minute and a half ago, exactly how this would go down. And now they've got wards on the tower. Snake King's cutting the waves. There's an Ursa illusion. And somehow the Death Prophet Ursa draft is losing their tier 1 top. Like, that guy's a mastermind.
Well, he's doing it to it. TP away. Won't be able to make the play. And bottom lane, Team will take the tier 1 tower, but the solid decision making coming out from Flying Penguins, able to keep their towers alive. They've only lost the tier 1 mid.
Radiant's top tower
As
being denied.
Flying Penguins take down 2.
Deny, at least.
Alright.
Oh, and Brax sneaks in and gets that one before they get denied. All right, nice return play here. No exorcism for 40 seconds, but they still head towards Lilith.
Supernova drop for that. Ah, you can tell. See, this is the type of thing. Like, you just so desperate to make something happen right here for Team. They feel like they really want to try and push the tempo, and it's kind of feeling a little forced.
This reeks of Ursa getting the pit.
Yeah. But you just use
busy.
Supernova, right? Like, this is really scary. Walking into the pit like this, they know that he's in here. I don't know if you can do this.
I don't know. They have split. They have exorcism. They have lads. I think they can.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
wall is
this is
still down. Brax is very low on HP. Keeping him alive. They drop down the wall. They see that Ursa's there, and they will be able to make it happen. Gunnar was waiting invis with the exorcism ready to go.
Radiant's middle
He's like, do I
tower is
want this
under
freebie,
attack.
guys? Are we doing this?
Structures are fortified.
I wanted to see him just like punch him out of invis, see what the reaction would have been. So Sammy Boy with the Aegis now in hand and his Midas, classic Midas, is gonna head top.
Dude, all the credit to Nusham in these games. I feel like he's been so good at holding towers.
Yeah.
That first game too, doing it on the Phoenix, like same situation, just looked really good on the hero. Looked very comfortable.
Radiant structures
They will
are
drop down
fortified.
wards here. Nusham tries to pull the creeps past. Needs to be careful about the Boundless Strike coming from the Monkey King.
Dire's top tower
Thought about
is
it,
under
but
attack.
Nusham playing it safe. Will get caught there and able to get the dive away before the shackles came out. Simultaneously, Team pushing up top lane. Oracle keeping that
Radiant's
Ursa
bottom
alive
tower
and well.
is under attack.
The snakes are a great answer to something like the Phoenix trying to hold your tower too. Like a solo support just can't hold tower versus snakes. You have to fully rotate and commit to a actual potential fight defense.
Yeah.
So you can clean up the snakes after you force out the heroes, but you can't just pull creep waves away infinitely.
Little stuns
What's
thrown
the
here and
timeline
there.
of that there's Midas Ursa? Like, how did this happen?
I don't know, man. Didn't it get buffed a couple of times? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, it's just, and then the games are
Radiant's bottom
longer, and
tower is under
everyone likes
attack.
buying Midas, and every new patch, everyone tries Midas, and then 3 weeks later, we all say it was shit. But this time, it seems to be sticking.
Radiant are scanning.
It's
Well,
been
it
a long
hasn't been
time
3
since
weeks.
the days of
Radiant's bottom
permanent
tower
Midas,
is
you know?
under attack.
Ooh. Nusham getting up
Both of
close
them
and
going a little
personal.
risky.
Yeah, saw that just flying his way, and he didn't bat an eye. Now they move in.
Aether Lens.
Oh god, they got him caught. People moving into position though. Is it gonna cost them? They almost get off the egg, and they will. They weren't able to get the kill, and Royoya, oh, it hurts.
Better luck next time, indeed. Tell them, Brax, because that's both bounty runes now for them on the bottom lane, too. Assuming someone rotates.
That was so close. That's the danger of just like committing so hard onto that Phoenix.
Hey, Snaking got one at least.
Yeah, there you go. This guy does it. He knows what's up. Sorry. Not sure what that was sorry about. I'm sure it's fine.
Fortified.
So where do we sit at this game? Team's still up 2,000 net worth, but I feel like there is this sort of an impending sense of not doom, but at least things to be concerned about with Envy on this Luna. If he gets farmed up, gets into some of these items to kite away the Ursa, it could be a problem.
Yeah, they just want to smoke, basically. Ideally, they want it with the Brewmaster split, but he just used it, so they might be forced to fight without it. An egg's not for another 50 seconds either, so timers are a bit awkward. If they get a solo pick on Envy, that would obviously be amazing, but they've lost a lot of the vision. There's been some good D-wards in the area by the side of Flying Penguins, as you can see by the numerous sentries that are down. And so Sammy Boy still sits with his Blink with no kills. And now they're going to show DP on the top wave. So if DP's here, that means something's going on in here. Obviously, it's easy to see from our perspective, but you can also see just from the pure rotations that they're making on the side of Flying Penguins that if DP's on the lane, you know that it's kind of a big direction for the enemy team. There you go. Sammy Boy's in mid.
Got him caught. Brax gets the finish. It felt like a little bit of a bait out there by Nusham, and they take down this tower most likely. Envy still needs to farm up.
Middle tower is under attack.
Does finish off the Dragonlance, looking for the Manta next, but they're going to need to fight at some point while Stan King does what he can, pushing out these side lanes and taking the tier 2 tower bottom. Doesn't get the last hit. That's okay. And all of Flying Penguins, they're just like, they have abandoned their own jungle. They're on the other side of the map.
Yeah, same with Team though, but of course they've already used the snake, so it's gonna be hard to punish the tier 3s here. Whereas Gunnar, he's now popping the ulti with enough time to spare that they could theoretically consider it here. What time's left on our Aegis here? 30 seconds. So
Dire's top tower
unless Sammy Boy really wants to go in, how much? Yeah, he's still got another third. Get in there, buddy.
He's got blink. He's ready if it happens. Looking for that opening.
Oh, it's getting a little dangerous though. 20
Snaking.
seconds.
Vacuum. Wall. Pulls him back in. They're slowed up. Need to be careful. Boundless Strike. They've already popped the egg though, and now trying to go out with the Wukong's command. Snaking is still living through this one. Sammy Boy trying to stick on a target, but it's not
He is
happening.
Stone cold, dude. He finally TP'd.
Wait, the shackles. they got him caught here. Oh, but the turnaround. Sammy Boy's there as well. The Hex. He's going to lose this Aegis in a second. Still have 1 second. If he's not careful, he's going to lose this Aegis. All right, back up to full.
Whose music is that? It's Envy. Oh!
Turns it back around, and now fighting Gunnar. He's gonna try and chase forward for this one. The Aegis expires. Envy gets the surge away running very quickly. Immediately gonna be dispelled though. Brax making it happen. That was their get out of jail free card. Now it looks like it's gonna be turned back around. Snaking will eventually fall, maybe. Envy, gotta be careful here, buddy. Lift up onto one, and the chase forward, a good Hex, and now the turnaround. Envy with the shackles, they're keeping him alive. They're gonna take down Sammy Boy. No! Oh my god, that was close. Oh, jeez.
Fuzzy Wuzzy.
Oh,
Almost got another kill.
Whew.
So, yeah, in the end, I mean, the wraparound from Envy, I thought he was actually just going to straight up suicide, it looked like, for a moment there. But the beams came down, did a little bit of work. It will still only be very minor gains, it looked like, for the Radiant team. They didn't get a tier 3. That's the biggest deal out of all of it. So I'm going to call that a win if I'm Flying Penguins, because the longer this goes, the harder the game is going to start getting for Team unless they accrue a very large advantage.
Yeah, I guess, though, that, you know, I was thinking about, like, the AoE surge being a big issue. But if Brewmaster ulti is out, you can dispel it. But do you see how fast that Luna was going once it started? Like,
She's zooming.
she's going so fast.
Radiant's middle tower
Yeah, I'm not so
is
worried
under
about
attack.
the surge as, like, even just Envy getting, like, BKB or something. 'cause
Yeah.
It's going to be really hard for the Ursa to get on top.
That's fair. Because there is still that lack of hard stun that you were talking about in the draft. So wards were dropped mid. Nusham able to get saved by the Oracle for the moment. Does still have Supernova if he wants to pop it here. It is instead just going to head over to the side. Gets it to the low ground. Sammy Boy kills off Flea in the meantime. This egg will get killed off. And now Gunnar, Eul Scepter. They're really trying to take this fight here. Sammy Boy moves into position. Tries to chase it down. Monkey King going to zoom away.
Under attack.
And no way to dispel that one at this point, as Snake King slowed and not getting
teamwork?
taken down. He has stick charges. The silence is there, so he can't surge away yet, but will be able to in a second if he can manage to get the walk out of there. It does happen.
That was
Sammy
some
Boy has a
shake
blink.
and bake.
He has a blink. Chase. Slow. Kill. Got him.
Wow, what a player. He iron shelled the waves. He knew he was dead. He's like, go get me gold. But unfortunately, Gunnar shows up and says no.
Well, team. Making some plays. They lose two, but it's just the supports and they're back again. And Roche possible to respawn 20 seconds.
And there it is, baby. The Basher. The stun has been purchased. Life is good. Oh, I love this DP build. This is the ultimate, like, game plan value build. They went all in with the DP pick, right? Talk about how, like, they don't have that many stuns, so your whole game plan is basically what you've been seeing. Every ultimate has to be as good as possible. Every single ultimate has to result in 1 or 2 towers, and the game's been great. Nice ward placement here, too, once again. It's, if you have the vision advantage, stuns aren't quite that important, but he's got at least one to work with now.
Yeah.
That you heard not my warnings.
Well, they move in again, and
She's a quick Roche.
definitely to the favor of team. How stacked up is this Luna? Has the BKB done now? We'll have the Manta style pretty soon as well. Do
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
they have any
Dire's
force
middle
staffs yet
tower
on
is under
anybody?
attack.
Darkseer's working on one.
Yeah.
So Snay gonna try and get one finished up.
Kind of almost rather see that than the hood first. Like,
I think he'll probably finish the 4-staff. It's kind of a necessity in this game because especially with the Basher.
right. Smoke up?
Smoke up Envy, and they call him with them. They say, no, you're coming with us. Don't attack that creep wave. We got to get to the pit. But Sammy Boy already in there, looking to close out this series and show Flying Penguins that Gunnar was right.
This could be the big one. Snaking moves into position. The silence, it comes out. He has Guardian Greaves.
Get Greaves.
Not popping it yet.
Oh,
Roche just goes down. They didn't initiate. He had Greaves. He could have taken that.
The biggest bait ever?
Is he just dead? Okay, they're walking away. Apparently they don't want to take this fight with Aegis, which I can't blame them for. Lelis is trying to run away, and it looks like he's eventually going to get taken down as well. I mean, am I wrong? Couldn't he have just Greaves and vacuum walled there?
I guess they didn't feel like they were in a spot to fight it. Like, someone made the call and said, no, we can't.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like, at least.
The vacuum to get the Monkey King away.
Oh my god, Royo, you're crazy.
Scary. Hex, they're just trying to slow him down, but this is
And he
already
had
a
to cancel
losing
his
proposition.
TP. He TP'd right on top of them, so now he's not going to get back to the tier 3 in time.
Snaking, again, moving in like he wants to try and fight, but needs to be careful. Greaves available again in a second, so he doesn't need to worry about the silence. But that's already tier 3 tower down. So I guess wait out the Aegis now is the call.
Well, they're not going to have any shrines waiting for him.
Or maybe take the fight since Exorcism just comes off cooldown? Or just gets used?
Sammy
Ursa?
Boy
Is he dead? No, the save coming from Oracle to try and turn this around. Flee. They have the Monkey King ultimate already down. Supernova has been popped. They're still thinking about chasing. Lelis is moving in. This is going to be a pretty big stun if he can get the angle right, but doesn't want to run uphill. Meanwhile, Sammy Boy jumps in onto Eternal Envy. The Eclipse has already been used, and now there's Cleave coming out from Lelis as well. But look at Flying Penguins just drop. Snaking is going to fall. There's the Eul Scepter lift up onto this Monkey King. Royo cannot attack. Tries to turn this on to Gunnar. Gunnar is a little bit too strong right now. The silence comes, and Sammy Boy, the Bear Man, takes him down. They've already
Gunnar's
used
still
the
going.
buyback on Snake King. Gunnar wanting to chase this. Lelis almost dead. Let's have a Eul Scepter up again in a second, as well as the cheese if he wants to. He actually pops the cheese instead of the Euls, maybe. And that does look like it's Luna walking away. Sammy Boy trying to stay on target. Snake King, he's already bought back in this fight. They drop down the wards as well. Maybe a bit of an overextension here as they will burn through that Aegis.
Yeah, they definitely overextended. They lost everything, right? They don't have the exorcism, they don't have the split, they don't have the egg. They suddenly have that moment of like, what are we doing?
Yeah, and now this Ursa is going to get contained. Or is he going to kill Envy? Oh! Calculated.
Oh, I love Dota. This is so good, dude.
Dude, look at Snake King. He got hacked, he got surged, and now they got him caught over here. They're going to lose Gunnar too. How is this falling apart so quickly? That was
They
that.
YOLO'd.
That
went
was
in.
Aegis cheese used everything. They didn't even get a Rax. They've only gotten a tier 3 tower. Look at the pings. That's you. Never mind.
it's me.
You're looking at it.
I'm looking at it. Whew. Well, Nusham has an Invis rune and really wants this bounty.
Oh, if
Or
Envy
maybe
goes
Envy.
down here. Yeah, what's happening? Pops the BKB. People are starting to show up. They wanted this kill badly. He baited him into it again. The Glaives, they're going to bounce. They're trying to run. Brax does pop the Supernova up on the high ground. Mike can throw out some saves here in a little bit. Brax trying to run away. The stun's going to able to connect onto a lot of them. And Team just need to try and evacuate if at all possible. But they've caught Mr. Brax. And, well, IX Mike wanted to go and help his buddy out. It's looking like that's not going to happen. And indeed, he too will give up his life. It feels like it's just a cacophony of disaster, one after the other.
Crumbled.
Like, what is happening?
Yeah, I don't know. It takes a lot of precision and patience in terms of, you know, these ultis. They have to be perfect, and they have not been perfect. And now Sammy Boy, they are just. This looks like game 2,
Yeah.
where suddenly no one's talking on Team or something, and everyone's just running around and hitting lanes. They need to like get direction again. Now Gunnar's getting Eclipse at the same time.
They lose Sammy
As they
Boy.
lose Sammy Boy.
Gunnar looks like he is going to be able to escape, but ceremonial
Someone's
drums.
got a reel in the team. This is looking dangerous. This is a Brax job. I've heard Brax several times during his officials. You know, he is definitely the motivator. He's the guy who gathers everyone together. He's the Seb site.
Radiant's middle tower
And
is
Brax
under
has got to get
attack.
in there. He needs one of those classic Brax motivational speeches right now of how they're going to win this game.
Well, he's up front and center trying to keep this tower alive and hit these little wards. Doesn't get the deny.
Middle tower has fallen.
It's still only 1,000 gold lead. And Flying Penguins, it's been a big dip down. That's a 6,000, 7,000 gold swing. Almost 10,000 experience difference as well over the past, I mean, what has this been, like 4 minutes?
It feels like they just don't have that, you know, anywhere to go for team. Like,
Yeah.
I look at these heroes in the Dire, and I feel like they haven't even come online yet. Like, I feel like Snake King's not even a hero yet.
Yeah.
Until he has, like, a 4-staff or something, you know? Like, he still has places he can grow into. And, you know, I mean, you pointed those talents earlier. We might actually get there at this rate, with the game kind of slowing down and stalling out. But the 4-staff's going to be huge to try and help out Envy. I mean, speaking of Envy, of course, he's going to be going in towards the Butterfly, which is something that Ursa is never going to want to deal with.
Yeah.
This guy just wants to finish a BKB and then go for an Abyssal.
What do we have? He's almost got a butterfly. Oh crap! Yeah, you were talking about that. That's what I'm saying. Hey, look at that.
Yeah, he's very scary.
Shiva
Envy just
Sushum.
didn't finish the wand. He's still just got it chilling in his backpack. He's like, yeah, maybe eventually.
Are scanning.
I mean, you want that Wraith Band, right? Look at that attack speed. Can you believe it? So good.
It's quite the item. They're all just shadowing Envy at the moment.
Well, it does feel like things have settled down a little bit for Team. It got a little bit crazy there for a second, but now they're playing together. As far as flying penguins go, well, the Yule's on the Sven. I didn't notice that earlier. That's pretty nifty.
Yeah, another way to try and control the Ursa.
Yeah.
But Flea is very scary in the bottom lane, right? Level 2 in the Snakes. He's almost level 18, but he's going to draw a couple heroes back now. DV's going to try and go for the Blink Duels here. Dive the slow. No connection there.
Not quite.
Now, how greedy will Flea be is the question. I'm surprised they didn't chase, actually, but they're just going to ignore him. Oh, actually, Envy's making a call to try and catch them in there with this smoke. And so, now what does Flea do is really my question. All right, he wants to join the fight.
Okay. Do they see that he's coming over this way? They might jump in, Brax, because he gets saved here. In a lot of trouble. He does have buyback if they want to try and take this fight afterwards. They're thinking about it, but it looks like instead they're just going to back out. You'll Scepter lift up on the DP. Now you can't really take the fight because you lost 3 heroes.
Excellent play. Lelis gets the Yules up onto the Oracle to prevent any sort of a save onto the Brewmaster, which means the fight is over in that area, and they just high ground with the Snakes. They have a DD on the Luna. They're looking to take the advantage in buildings here.
Butterfly done. Don't have great answers for it. You might just need to lift up this Luna, but she has that BKB. Actually, no, 40 seconds on the cooldown. Maybe that's the play? Although it's still just so hard to take that fight. You don't want to buy back of your DP, but if you're not going to take the fight, why are you up that far? They got him all caught out. They're going to buy back now on the Phoenix. Sammy Boy is dead. He doesn't have buyback. And Team, well.
Yeah, Envy's just going.
Has fallen.
Now, this will be a little harder without the Snakes right next to you, but of course the Ursa is just gone. So, it's a gig.
Radiant's
Unbelievable.
has fallen.
Just the last 6 minutes of this game have completely fallen apart for Team.
They went all in, right? I mean, it's not over yet. Maybe they can get this big team fight.
All right, Supernova down. Envy just going to BKB, run away. Snake King also evacuating the area, and it is going to be a lift up onto 1, but they got what they came for. They have already taken the racks, somehow manages to get the jump up, but it looks like it's not going to be for long.
Oh my God,
Maybe?
they missed the triple.
What?
They missed it on the dive. A dub. Oh, and they get all 4 bounties.
Oh,
no.
God. Oh, no.
Oh,
He
tip.
tipped Sammy. Oh.
Now, all right. Now, the real question is, how many Flying Penguins players drop their items in front of the family?
That's a good point. For those of you that missed it in game number 1, that was Sammy Boy dropping the items once
So
he'd
long
done.
ago when they were winning.
No, it really wasn't,
No,
actually.
it was about 5 minutes ago.
That was when they were winning, right there. The Sammy Boy Ursa killing Roya. That was the last little green dot on this bar of despair for Team. Look at the drop.
Off a cliff, dude. It's all in. It's an all-in draft. They went for the Death Prophet, and they said, all right, we're doing it. We're hitting our exorcisms, and then they flubbed that fight, and they fed their Aegis away. They wasted their cheese on like 100 HP or something. They needed to reset with the cooldowns, but that's the problem with cooldown-based lineups is that you're trying so early in the game that the respawn timers are so short that you can't really like punish a buyback at that moment. Like they had to wait for like 2 or 3 more ulti cycles.
Yeah.
Like probably even like the next Aegis or something. But either way, in they go.
All right, one last ride. They move in, and Sammy Boy is going to live through this one. The Enrage comes off. Envy trying to run away. They don't have any way to control this man. The lack of stuns, the force staff to the low ground. Supernova popped. And now it's just going to be the Fate's Edict to make sure that they can't blow up the egg. Very few ways to keep people under control, but they're making it work a little bit as they take down that Monkey King. And it looks like the Sven will also escape, but you see it's like everybody dropping pretty low HP, but then they just walk away. And now look in the base.
But here it is. All right, it's not over. They
Okay.
have the shard. The shard is huge. Now, mind you, this courier. Oh well, it doesn't have anything on it anyways. It doesn't matter if it does.
I mean, they're losing things in their base, but the real battle's going on in the pit. The big stun, it hits on all of them. Do they have any follow-up afterwards? They're all dying. Oh, team, in some trouble. Enrage out from Sammy Boy. He's going to get Yule sceptered while he's in his ultimate, and now fully controlled. Gunner's back into this one, though. Might be able to make something happen, but no exorcism. A second round of stuns. Snake King, does he have another vacuum? They're controlled. They just have the Hex out. Phoenix, no more Supernova for him. Brax out of the ultimate, and they are all going to fall. Chasing for more. Lelis, he smells blood, and his eyes are set onto this Brewmaster, who will be stunned. The punches come through, and team, they have lost everything.
What are these stuns that you speak of? They mean nothing to the Radiant team.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And now Roche going to fall. Flying Penguins, they make it happen. And it looks like Luna going for an E-Blade, or just a second Butterfly, because why not?
Has fallen to the dire.
As classic as the Envy E-Blade is. It's definitely a thing. I wouldn't be surprised if he just picked one up, honestly. But at least get his Eagle Song for now, and it looks like his Butterfly's on the courier. So, yep, double Butterfly coming in.
Hey-oh. It's a lot of damage. A lot of evasion.
Time to make some space with a Monkey King ulti and take Megas.
They miss on the stun as he comes down. Sammy Boy pops the BKB. Wards are dropped for this one as well. And the bear is so angry. He's so mad. Not very happy with the situation. And Lelis just going to sit up front and center and block their path forward. Mega Creeps are there. Flying Penguins. The stun connects. Boundless Strike as well. And they are going to take this game, move on to the grand finals against Complexity. In the end, Flying Penguins are too strong. Too
Not
good.
enough time to drop items, but Envy will run into the fountain for him.
Good luck, Maria. Don't let C win.
Damn.
Oh.
Well, they went for it. What can that's pretty much what it boils down to. They went for the DP, they went for the no stun strat, and they almost had it, but just a little bit of missed execution on a couple of team fights there.
MVP? Sort of weird to ask about in a game like this where it feels like...
I saw a lot
Flea?
of really good plays from Lelis, from Flea too. Yeah, Flea had some solid hexes going on there, and the Shackles, thanks to the Aether. He had a really early Aether Lens, like that kill under the tower. I think it was on Mike that helped scare them to tier 2 bottom to like create a little bit more space. Was really good. So just honestly, whoever was making all the calls for Flying Penguins, because they dodged the ultis really well. They forced a ton of bad fights with ultis from team. They delayed the game to the point where when they were coming high ground, it just like it only takes one or two botched ultis like that delayed them by an extra like 5 minutes. That made that game so much harder for a team to finish.
You know who was making the calls. We all know.
Yeah. I mean, the man who's 8-0 and 10, double Butterfly. Let's just slap that on Envy's face there. Give him the old MVP.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for our first series of the day. North American Dota continuing on right after this. And it's going to be the Flying Penguins facing off against Complexity. We'll see who ends up taking it. We'll be back in a bit for our second series.